This is the biggest collection of art from the Kingdom of Benin, which is in modern-day Nigeria, in the world. The British Museum has over 900 items that are collectively known as the Benin bronzes.
The British Museum actually has an explanation on the wall of how they were acquired, which was through extreme violence, through a colonial campaign to really suppress the Oba, the king, because he was blocking trade. And they wanted to open up the hinterland, in which is what is now Nigeria. They wanted to open it up for profit, and he was in the way. And they did an immensely punitive campaign, so much death and destruction, and they looted the whole city. Some ended up in private collectors' hands. The soldiers who were there took them home, stored them in their family, and they made their way into other museums and collections over time. And many of those are starting to be returned to Nigeria. But the British Museum is refusing.
Loads of museums and other institutions around the world are giving Benin bronzes back to Nigeria, but the British Museum consistently refuses to do so.
Give them back now.
No.
And its reasons are really disingenuous. They've argued that more people see them in London because their visitor numbers are so high. But this is to completely ignore the fact that most people in the world can't visit London. They can't get a visa or they can't afford it. They've also argued that it's in their charter that they're a universal museum and therefore they need to represent all cultures. Apart from the fact that that's literally impossible, you can't ever have one place that represents every culture throughout history. But actually, what universal originally meant was that artifacts, art, and books and manuscripts would all be held under one roof. It wasn't an argument about the variety of objects obtained. Now, the art has gone to the National Gallery, and the books and the manuscripts are down the road in the British Library. And so that original meaning of universal doesn't even hold.